What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. So recently I've been making some changes to my setup and how I complete creative projects. I used to have a spec'd out PC a few months ago with all the latest components. We're talking Intel i9 12900K, RTX 3080, 64 gigabytes of RAM, multiple NVMe's, and around 10 terabytes of hard drive space. However, editing was still not the smoothest experience in Premiere Pro. I was constantly having the program crash on me and go not responding, and I really couldn't afford to spend the time troubleshooting the endless issues that were occurring. I reached a point where it was delaying some of my major client projects, so I took the plunge and bought the M1 MacBook Pro, and I've since listed most of my PC parts on eBay since I've made the switch. Going back now and reviewing everything, the main problem was likely to due to NVIDIA's drivers for Premiere Pro and After Effects. It would seem that there's VRAM limitations in After Effects and Premiere. I would constantly have my VRAM max out to 10 gigabytes, which was the max for my 3080 card, and it would cause the program window or the preview window to go black, and I would have to restart the program every single time that occurred. And I found that was happening at least every 30 minutes or an hour. However, now I'm super happy with the MacBook Pro and I haven't experienced any problems since, which is insane considering I would spend maybe double the amount of time on my PC editing a project versus now I don't experience any crashes even in Premiere Pro and After Effects. A lot of people say DaVinci Resolve is the best solution for these MacBooks, but I find Premiere Pro still works flawlessly without any issues. And you come to appreciate those little things that the Mac ecosystem offers that aid specifically in productivity. For example, the way the file management works in Finder is built in a way that makes locating assets just simple, especially how you can break down folders and dig deeper without opening a new page of folders every single time. This is critical as a video editor because the majority of the time you're looking for assets if you don't already have them in templates that you've previously built out. This video won't be a deep dive into my experience with Mac OS, but more importantly, how this monitor, the Eve Spectrum, feels like the perfect match for this laptop. I'm gonna break down some of my top reasons why this might be the best all-around monitor to get if you're looking to buy something that has a price lower than the Studio Display from Apple and ultimately has a very clean, minimal design and almost feels like it was made by Apple itself. To give you a rundown of the specs, I'm currently using the 27-inch 4K 3840 by 2160 version. It features HDR with up to 750 nits of brightness, variable refresh rates up to 144 Hertz, 98% DCI-P3 calibrated for accurate colors, includes a wide array of ports, including one USB Type-C with up to 100 watts of charging, which is fantastic if you're plugging in your MacBook. I personally don't use the standard charging cable that comes with the computer anymore, as I'm able to get a charge extremely quickly from the monitor itself, and the battery lasts all day on this MacBook. So literally this monitor has become the charging station that I use whenever I get back home to my desk. Looking a little bit more closely at the ports on the back, you have two HDMI 2.1 video inputs, one display port, two USB-Cs, two USB Type-A's, one audio jack if you want to plug in your speakers, and one USB Type-C jack as well. There is certainly plenty of choice here, enabling you to have everything you need to be plugged into the back of the monitor without using a docking station or a USB-C hub that would utterly just clutter your desk. So to make this work, I'm using one cable that plugs into the upstream USB-C port. Then I make use of the two USB Type-A ports with an SD card reader and the receiver for my Logitech mouse. The reason I use an external SD card reader is mainly to get that micro SD card slot and to just make the process of unplugging my computer from my monitor a lot quicker. It just gives me the state of mind of having everything work related, stays on my desk, and I don't have to unplug and play with any cables when I leave. To complete this setup, I'm using a $50 monitor arm from Amazon that has a black minimal design. It includes cable management brackets to hold cables, and the height is adjustable manually by moving it up and down. It works perfectly for my needs as a basic monitor arm and adds that clean, minimal look that aids well with the monitor itself. Now, this wouldn't be a complete review without giving some negatives. I found with this monitor, whenever you are in a bright room and there's direct sunlight, or a window close by, you start to lose some clarity and get some light reflections. Now, this makes the viewing experience obviously not as crisp as if you were in a dark room. Personally, for me, I place my desk facing opposite from the windows to ensure I don't get any light cast onto the monitor itself and get the best viewing experience as possible. Also, limitation of using just one cable plugged in via the USB-C port. You will not get 144 Hertz signal. It will just be capped at 60 Hertz in 4K. In order to get that 144 Hertz, people's opinions online have been spotty. Some people say that you need a dock that can support the output, or you can use a USB-C cable that converts into an HDMI or DisplayPort, and then you'll be able to retain that 144 Hertz in 4K. However, I've found using 60 Hertz is more than enough if you're just doing creative work. 144 Hertz is really only if you're playing games, which I don't think many people are doing on this MacBook, as most games don't run on the M1 chip. Since I bought this monitor 1 year ago, they've come out with a glossy version, which I would imagine has a better viewing experience, as I find working directly on my MacBook screen works much better in brighter conditions. Something else to consider is the shipping time on these monitors. Eve, the manufacturer, has recently renamed themselves as Doe, but they're infamous for giving you a shipping window and then pushing it back 1 to 2 months. Personally, for me, it took about 3 months to receive this monitor with express shipping that I paid extra for. I would say if you're willing to wait, in the end, you get an incredible monitor that no manufacturer is offering at this price point, and overall offers a clean, minimal design that just makes your setup look sick. In closing, if you're looking for a monitor that has a wide array of ports, you do creative work where you need accurate colors and want a clean aesthetic, this monitor will do wonders for you. Thanks everyone for watching this video. Hit that like button down below and subscribe if you're new. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.